Good morning, everyone. Before we start, I would like to show you first what we will be needing every morning when we do our form drawing block. So, for this year, this will be what we will be using for our pages for our main lesson books. Our final work will be placed here. But before we do any of our final works, we will be doing our drafts. And for that, we will use the brown folder that I put in each of the bundles that you were given. There is a brown folder with loose white papers in it. And you also have a big gray cardboard that you will be using as your drawing board so that you can have a very smooth, flat surface to work on. Alright, so to start, we need to take one of the sheets and then keep the rest in the folder for safekeeping. You can also put this away for now, and we will use it when we are ready to do our final work for our main lesson book. So this will be our practice page and also our draft. So in this block, you will be learning how to make knots. So far in form drawing, we have been making very flat forms on the paper, but every time for many of these drawings, we always end up at the beginning of the form. And you can do a form infinitely, just like a lemniscate. Now, if I make a lemniscate with a real-life object, such as this piece of string, you can see that when you do a knot, every time you cross another part of the form, you will be alternating between going over and under, over and under. Now during this block, we will learn how to show that on the paper. So to start, we will be using your lightest color. Usually this is lemon yellow. For this video, I will be using a golden yellow stick crayon because it's easier to see. So we will be making our first form, which is a lemniscate. We will be placing two dots in equal distance from the center, and then we will be moving around each dot in a continuous motion. Once again, we are doing this with very light strokes. Now, while you are watching this, do not start on your paper yet. While I am doing this with my hand, try to trace it in the air with your finger as you watch while I'm moving this. Now try to feel that both sides are equal as possible. Now I have done my main figure. I will be taking red and I will be choosing one side of the main figure and I will be following it. I will be following it on the side, so I will never cross into the middle. Alright? So I will be starting under this part of the line. So as you can see, I am approaching a crossroad here. So now I will be going over Tracing the outside of the form. Now I am approaching a line once again. It's another cross. This time, because I already went over, I will be stopping because this line will be going under this line. Again, this line is going under this line. So as you can see the continuous movement from here, going over, under, over, under. Now to complete this form, we will now be taking a blue crayon. Please use your stick crayon, but because mine is not available at the moment, I will be using this old block crayon because it's dull enough. Yours might have sharp corners. So I will now be outlining on the other side of this yellow band. From here, I will be tracing. Remember, do not cross in the middle. Now I'm going to cross the other part and going over. And then once I approach once again, I'm going under. So it means I need to stop. As you can see here, it is a lot easier to see what's going over and what's going under. Just like when we see a real life string. You can see on this band or string that it goes over here and then under here because we outlined it around. Now using the crayon that you made the main form with, you can now fill it in once again, and you will do it a little darker on the under string, and then as you go outward it gets lighter and lighter, and then try to fill in a very even way the color inside of the two lines, the red and the blue. Always remember to hold your paper down with your other hand, with your non-dominant hand. So here it's still light because it's over. Try to still follow the flow of the shape. I'm going here, and I'm going under once again, and so I'm shading it a little bit more here, and a little less, and a little less, and a little less, the farther I get from that place where it goes under. And then you can also again go over with the colors that you used. As you can see here, I made a little bit of a I went a little over that line, so I will try to even it out a little bit. So when you do your own work as well, try to go over it and see how you can make it better. But as I said earlier, this is our trial page. This is just our draft. So on this paper, you can keep trying to make the same figure. So I will use the back, for example. This time I will not be using 2 dots anymore because I've gotten used to the shape of it. Now I will be using a block yellow crayon, but please use your stick crayon because it's a lot easier. Now practice a lot on your practice page before you go ahead and do it on your main lesson book. Now on your main lesson book, you will need to skip a page because this page at the very front will be your title page for your form drawing block. So after we finish our block for form drawing, we will be decorating this first page inspired by all of the works that we did or we would have done by that time at the end of our block. So please skip this page and put our first form here. Now, I'm very excited to see what you will be doing. And then after taking a picture of them every time this week, check it on the checklist as well that you have already taken a picture. For our main lesson books, you don't need to write your name anymore, just the date on the bottom right. But please try to make it small and use a graphite pencil.